Here are a couple more containers like this. And as you can see, they have these holes in the side that we might be able to use. Now our berry container was a small one. This is the first one we looked at. And this is a double berry container. So I don't know. We'll just have to figure out which one we want to use and see where we go. Okay, this is what we're going to need. As you can see, I've chosen the double berry container and I've spray painted it pink. And I'm going to make a little gift box for earrings. And so we're going to need our plastic container, washi tape if you have it. If you don't, maybe you could substitute something else for that. Some strips of what is this? Maybe a little bit of cardstock to weave through these holes. Paper to cover our business cards. 4 business cards. I probably already said that. And something to decorate and embellish the outside of our box. And we'll need a stick to go across and hold our earrings. So this should be a really fun little project. And then who knows, we might put something in here so that when it's open, someone gets a big smile or a good message. So let's get started and see where we go. I've already put together the first card that'll go on our little earring bar. And I'm going to show you how I did this one because we have 2 of these inside our little earring gift case. And I'm putting together 2 business cards because they send you so many of these business cards. I mean, I guess some people can get rid of them. I can get rid of all of mine. So I'm turning them into something fun. So I've cut out this. It's about the same size of the card. And I'm going to get it used to kind of bending by kind of bending it over a pencil, kind of like this. Just kind of getting it used to a bend. A little bit, rub it around there a little bit. Okay, because we're going to want it to feel good about bending. All right, but we do not want to crease it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these business cards and I am going to glue this business card, the front of the business card, to the front of this extra card. And I'm going to kind of just move it down a little bit, about, let me see, how far is this? Oh, about ½ an inch. Okay, front side to front side. So let's get a little glue out of here and hope that the glue will cooperate today. So we shall see. Alrighty, and what we're going to have to do is really clip them together. Front side to front side. Okay. There. Looks about right. And just to be sure, now I'm going to take this off. Put it to the side. You've already seen it. And I'm going to wrap this through here and see what we've got, if we have enough. That looks pretty good. Looking pretty good. We want it to be reasonably tight, but not unreasonably tight, if that makes any sense. Okay, so we've got that there. Take this out. Whoops, 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 whoops. Okay. And now we're going to, actually, I think at this point, I could just go on and put one staple in here, which is what I did with this. And the staple is in the back, so it won't be seen. I'm going to put one staple in there just to make sure that it's nice and tight. Okay. All right, now that we've got that staple in there, I'm going to put a little more glue. Come on, glue, come on. Let's not show out. Okay. We're going to put the glue all the way around our little business card. All right. And now we're going to put the right side of this to the right side of this and get that off of there and see if we have it fairly straight. Could be a little straighter. There we go. Thank goodness it wasn't quite dry enough. From this point, I'm going to make sure if it's not completely lined up, we can trim it later. But for now, to make sure that everything is stuck down pretty well, we're going to clip it. Going to clip it. Hold on. I would like for it to be a little straighter before the glue gets all terribly set. Sometimes you got to do this, folks. And this is one of those times because I want it to be straight. Okay. There we go. Now, I'm going to clip it here and I'm going to let it set because we definitely want it to be clipped right there. Then we're going to stick this through, make sure it goes through. Okay, all right, we're good. We're going to clip it and let it set, and then we will go ahead and decorate it. Give it about 15 minutes. I want it to be really, really set. While we wait for that to dry, it should be dry in a few minutes. As you can see, I've put a ribbon over here, and that is how we're going to hang it on the wall because I want it to be a wall hanger. So I've done this side and I'm going to show you how I did it. First, I got my ribbon and I folded it over. I'm sticking the folded edge through this hole. And then I'm taking the other two edges, these, and I'm sticking them through the second hole. Can you see? Okay. Don't everybody holler out at once. Okay, so sticking that through the second hole. And I'm gonna now put these through the loop that I made. And I'm pulling it tight. Not terribly tight, but tight enough. Okay. Maybe I need to spread these out a little bit. Okay. All right, now from here, here's the tricky part a little bit. I need a spacer. This is the spacer I use for this side. And I'm going to use this spacer to put between these ribbons. Can you see? Okay, put that between these ribbons. And I'm going to tie a bow with that spacer around that spacer, because that spacer is going to provide the hook that we can hang this from. I hope you can see this. Okay, all right, there it is. There's the spacer, and now I'm going to make the ribbon. I mean the bow. It's already a ribbon. Yep. Okie dokie. We're going to pull this, make our ribbon. And like I said, sometimes my ribbons are gorgeous and sometimes they're just not gorgeous. Well, all right. Now we're going to take this spacer out. And this will be the hole when we hang it up. Where that spacer was, that's where we can hang it. Okay, so you've got the hole here and you've got a hole right here. So right there and right there is where you're going to hang it on the wall. And you have cute little bows, so it looks, you know, looks kind of sweet. Meanwhile, I think our card is ready to be decorated. So we can remove our clips. Remove our clips. And I've decided that I was going to at first cover them with that pinky paper that I showed you, but I think I like the washi tape better. And they don't have to be identical. Actually, I could probably trim that just a little bit. They don't have to be identical, but they'll just have a similarity. Okay, maybe we start this one with this washi tape. And I like the idea of the washi tape because the washi tape gives me kind of a linear guide when I get ready to put the holes in the cards for the earrings. There we go. Okay, there we go. Washi tape number 1. Come on, let's get you straight. I think that's about straight, yeah. Okay, washi tape number 1, and we just tear it off because the back won't be seen. So we got this one up the top of this one, and then let's put this one in the middle. Tape number 2, and maybe we'll put number 3, and maybe we won't. Maybe this one will just have 2 washi tapes. But as long as we're pink and pretty, it'll be okay. Okay. All right. Now, in order to make a pattern for this space, because of the curves look a little nerve-wracking, I am taking a piece of notebook paper, which is pretty lightweight. And what I'm going to do is just kind of press it around here, especially where the curves are. This is how I'm making the pattern to cut out the cover I want for this space. And it might seem like, gee, is that really going to work? But surprisingly, it does. Just have to make sure you hold it steady. Get a good imprint. Really good imprint. And down here it might be a little harder because you have little irregularities in the... Okay, after I do that, I am going to take a pencil and I am going to just kind of go around here lightly. And here's where the irregularities are. Trace this. And then go right up around there. And kind of around here. And this is pretty much my pattern. So what I will do is I will place it. I will place it on my paper at the end so I don't waste much. And once I cut this out around here, it will fit into this space. But I wanted you to see how I made that pattern. Now, okay, I made the pattern a little while ago, and I actually cut this out a little while ago. So it fits in here, and this should be just something cheerful and kind of bright. So we're going to place this in here, and then we're going to weave through these strips in the bottom holes like that. And for working with plastic on plastic, I have become very fond of fabric Mod Podge. So we're going to see how that works for this. Okay, and this is an experiment, so if it doesn't work, you will not see this video. Alrighty, I'm going to fabric Mod Podge it up, and I'll be right back after it dries, if it dries. Okay, I've applied the fabric Mod Podge to both the paper and the container, and it dries completely clearly, which is what I love about it. So we're going to stick this in here and give it time to dry. Give it time to adhere. And I don't know, maybe about an hour or so I'll come back and check on it. So we'll see how this goes. I think it should be all right. This stuff is great with plastics. Okay. All right, I've got these laid out here, and I've drawn a really light pencil line across here where I want to make the holes for the earrings. Now, as I have them laid out here, I hope you can see. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger so I can see. Okay, I laid them out here because I've counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 quarter-inch spaces. So if I come in about one section on each side, that'll leave me 12. So I'm just going to kind of give myself a light indication of where I want to put my holes. Okay, one would be right there, and then that would line up with that, and then the next one would be right here. Okay, so that would be one pair of earrings. Okay, we come in one on this side, so one would be here, one hole would be here, and then we go over, and the next hole would be here. I think that's what I did. Is that what I did here? Da, 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 da. 1, 2. Okay, this is 1, 2. They don't quite look even. Okay, and so then I will put the middle ones, kind of eyeball the middle ones to go here and here. All right, so that's how I'll make the holes for the earrings, and we'll try to even them out in a minute. But I'm going to take my crocodile, and I'm going to use the smaller cutter, and I'm going to cut these holes and on both cards, and then I'll be right back. Actually, what I'll do is once I cut them on this card, I'll put this card on top of this and just dot it, so I'll know where to put it on the other card too. Okay, I have these cut and they're pretty even. So now I'm just going to use these to mark where I want to cut on the other one. And that'll make it a little easier. And once these are cut, and once the holes are made, we will slide it on our stick and stick them in place. Now that we have our holes in our little cards, now if you were going to do a project like this, depending on the kind of earrings, I did them up here because the earrings I have are earrings that were given to me by a dear friend who decided she didn't really want to bead anymore. And she made all these lovely earrings and gave me a big package of, or big containers full of beads, etc. So I'm going to learn how to bead. But meanwhile, my ears are not pierced. So I'm just going to use the earrings that she gave me as examples of how to put them in, of how to put them on the cards. But for now, let's just see how we're going to get this on our container. We're going to back up just a little bit. Okay, that should do it. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do is put one through here. I hope I have this right. Okay. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't. Okay, this one has to go on first. All right, and as this one goes through and goes through the bottom, and then we can put our second card in. It goes through the hole and all the way through the other side. All right, so there are our cards, and they're in. Now I didn't mention it before, but I also have some little beads to go on the end of the stick. Not that it can really go anywhere because these cards are would kind of block it, but I just think the little beads on the end will make it kind of cute. And these are those ABC beads. Let me see if I can get this on here. And I think the hole is just big enough for them to fit. There you go. That's one end. And this is the other end. So we'll put these on just to add a little pizzazz or cuteness. All right, okay. So we've got our beads on. Now, pretty much what we need to do now is weave through our coordinating paper just so it doesn't look so bare where these holes are. I've counted them out. I think I want to go through the middle first. And let me see if I have a thinner one. I want to go through the middle first. Oh, yeah. I'll move up so you can see on each side. And then I will continue the weaving process. I think that looks kind of nice. And we'll just go in and out and in and out. All around, and then when we'll get to the end, we'll give it a little glue. And then we'll do the sides. And we'll be just about finished. Just about. I always say that and then I remember something else I have to do. But we're going to try to make sure that this time I am correct in my timing of this. Okay, so you see how this goes, and I will actually put a little Mod Podge glue on the inside. But see, that just kind of gives it a nice little finished look. And I'll get the back and the sides, and I'll be right back. All right, now I'm at the point where we're ready to embellish it. I've stitched through all of our coordinating strips. So for embellishment, I prepared some little flowers that I thought might be kind of cute, just to give it some, I don't know, just give it something a little extra. And we can add a little butterfly. Butterflies always make everything nicer. This is from the Tim Holtz collection of a lot of, I guess, vellum butterflies. Just a big package of butterflies. And I think that's kind of cute. Let me just glue everything down a bit. And I have attached, attached these little closers for it. I've attached those to each end. I'll show you in a second after I get them. Yeah, Velcro closers, and they're the really lightweight ones. And I am putting this on also with fabric Mod Podge. So it's just become kind of my go-to, especially when I'm working with plastics and such. So I think we're kind of done with this little guy, with this little project. And I think it's really cute, and I think it will be pleasing. Now, I'm going to attach it to the wall, and then I'll kind of show you how the earrings go in it. Now, the only earrings I have are a little bit more adult looking than you would think, but those are the only ones I happen to have. But just a minute, I'm going to attach this to the wall, and then you can see how the whole thing will work. I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial on how to make something out of something else. Something that might have ended up in the landfill. Just gave it a little more life. I hope you'll come and craft with me again. And if you liked this tutorial, give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe.